What's up, y'all? Welcome to the 7th day of working on the house project. Now today should be pretty easy. We're just wrapping up the room. We just gotta install this trim piece here, the doors, the closet door, and the linen door. Let's get right into it. Next plan of attack is to install these trim pieces around the perimeter of this whole room. I'm gonna install it like this. I'm gonna start on this doorway first. I already know I'm gonna have to take this off, this little door stop. So let me do that real quick. Should just pull out. Pull out just like that. So yesterday I purchased a nail gun and we're gonna put it together today and use it for the first time. I think you do it like this. It might be pretty easy actually. You just pull this out, grab my nails. We went with 1.25" nails. Should be boiling enough to penetrate this wood and get into the wall just a bit, just as much as we need. And then I guess you just slide this in there, huh? I think that's all she wrote. It's battery operated, so let's get a battery and do a couple test runs. Let's see how this thing works. Okay. I think you have to press down on it. Yeah, looks like you have to press the tip down. Let's see how it works with the trim pieces. Of course, you want to wear some safety glasses. Now let's see what the kind of damage we do here. Think that's good? Let's see. Not too shabby. Let me just get to the other end and then we'll see what we do in that angle. We got to our first angle here. Let's see what we MacGyver to get this corner done. That's kind of the distance I need it for now. Let's cut it right here. Wow, this tool is amazing. So we got the angle we wanted there. So these little gaps, I could either probably fill it with some wood filler later or caulk it. We'll see what we end up doing. Now here in this corner, I have to get just the right angle to fit the next piece. To get the right angle, you just have to move this, which I think this is the angle I'm gonna need, 45. So let's cut that. I think it's gonna be a 45 at this angle. We got that there. Now we grab our corresponding piece and do a 45-degree angle on the other side. Essentially it's supposed to look like that. Now I have this gap here, so I have to cut a little bit longer piece to kind of make that adjustment so it could fit a little bit closer. So that's how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna go like that, kind of nail it into place now. And now we can just continue with the rest of this wall. I ended up caking a little bit too much silicone on some parts, especially at the beginning when I didn't get the rhythm to it. So this part is gonna be very interesting. I saw a couple videos yesterday online how they do it, and they kind of cut like 45 degrees this way, and then another 45 degrees to kind of close it up, make it look a little bit cleaner. So let's try that. 45-degree cut inward, like that. They do a 45-degree cut inward, and then they get another piece, and they cut it the opposite way so it could fit in there. But I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. Okay, so what I'm assuming they do is they grab another piece like this. They cut the 45-degree. And then they cut it straight this way. Then they get this little piece and put it in here like that to kind of close it out to make it look a lot nicer. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that, kind of nail these in, and then probably glue that on there. 100% waterproof, permanent bond, and holds in seconds. All right, we're just gonna do one of these. Kind of get it in there, hold it. Oh yeah, come on. First try. I'm running low, gotta swap out the mag. I hate how like whenever you stop pressing the glue to come out, it just keeps coming out. That's all she wrote for the closet. That there, that there. On to the last row. Wow, look at that, perfectly cut for me already. Perfect. So I ended up finishing all the trim around the room, but I'm actually gonna come back to this one and remove it. I'm gonna dial it in a little bit better and cover these edges a little bit more. Just like that, just like that, just like that. I'm gonna grab this long ass piece. I think we're good there. All right, y'all. That's a little better for my liking. Next, we actually have to caulk around the top of the trim. Got 5 sticks. Last time I had to re-up on it, so we should have more than enough. I think I have like 4 left, or actually 3, something like that. But we'll have enough. This is gonna be a lot easier than the other one. This is so easy, I'm doing it one-handed now. Okay, so I finished the last bit of silicone on top of the trim pieces. Now I'm just gonna go around and kind of just wipe off some of the excess. Now the one last thing we have to do to finally wrap up this room, plastic wood, all-purpose wood filler in the holes, the nail holes and the gaps. Plastic wood filler, huh? You're supposed to go to town with it. Boom, like that. Cover up those nail holes. And then the gaps as well. I'm gonna use it to cover up these gaps. All right, oh, look at that fly right there. See if I can kill it real quick. Gotcha. Oh, no. Anyways, let me finish the rest of the room. So I ran into a little bit of an issue here after, you know, applying some wood filler throughout the whole trim. Right here, I've noticed in this little corner piece, you know, these edges are kind of sharp. So what I'm gonna do is get some diagonal cutters and kind of cut this corner to remove some of that sharpness. A lot of people on the internet use sandpaper, but I don't have any. I just wanted to get rid of that little corner that was there, so that's why I'm gonna use this instead. All right, guys, finished up the entire room, adding the plastic wood filler. You could barely see any of the lines, if at all. Looking pretty good. Let me clean all this up real quick, and then we're gonna get ready to install the doors and wrap this room up finally. This is how dirty the wood filler left my hands. If you don't eat food with your hands this dirty, you're not a real man. Let's install these closets. This looks terrible. I'm gonna have to swap these later on for sure. Well, I will swap these later on for sure. That one in the bottom. Oh, I don't have any nails anymore. Don't matter. They still get done. I might have to come from the inside since I raised up the floor a bit. Now this thing doesn't want to go low enough. It looks possible, but it's gonna be very hard to take out. All right, it's gonna be a pain in the butt to take out later. But now you can see the gap on the floor. I took the door out. Oh, this is adjustable. Okay. So I don't have to swap it out. I can just put it in more. Now I can install it from the front. Let's go. And I got my tool stuck in here. So that's gonna have to do it. Looks a little crooked though. Guess I have to get it further back in there. All right, let me just install the other ones, kind of make the adjustments. What you have to do here is get this groove further back so it could kind of close in more towards the wall. Close that gap right there. But let me get these in real quick and then we'll go to the doors. Cool, now let's get these doors. Linen door. This is gonna be challenging. I'm resting the door on my foot at the moment so I can get the right height. Once I get these three, I can get the bottom three. Got those two in. Let's get the last and final door in. I don't know where I put the screws for that last door. Oh, here I put them. Ooh, this door is heavy. This door is almost sitting exactly where it's supposed to already. That's actually kind of crazy. Put it on my toe again. Kind of get them started. My toe's a little bit too high. Well, all right, y'all. That is it for the first room of this house. That took almost a week to finish one room. Man, this was definitely a good learning experience for me. The room's floor is done. By no means is the room completely finished. There's still a couple things that I need to add to it later on in the future. But I'm gonna move on to the rest of the house and I'm gonna attack the big things first before I come back and start doing the little things. That's gonna be it for today, y'all. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, because tomorrow we're gonna start in a part of the house where I could potentially get very, very dirty and it's gonna make me very uncomfortable. It's gonna put the pressure on to make sure I get it done quick, because the faster I get it done, the more comfort I will have later on. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Peace.